Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, December 30th, 2015. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Benjamin Exeter, the NDP's candidate for the Central Leeward seat in the December 9th general elections, has officially been charged with 3 counts of assault on police officers. This follows his arrest yesterday afternoon after he was removed from the picket line by police outside the Parliament building in capital Kingstown, where members of Parliament were later sworn in. While he appeared in court today, the prosecution did not bring forward a resisting arrest charge they had said they would when he was first arrested. A teenager NDP activist, Shabazz George, who was arrested along with Exeter yesterday afternoon, has also been charged with obstructing a police officer and having in his possession a zapper, or what is known as a taser. Both Exeter and George pleaded not guilty to the charges. They are being represented by a battery of lawyers, including Israel Bruce and Kay Bacchus. They are expected to return to court on January 25th for the trial. Exeter's lawyer, Israel Bruce, told another media outlet that the charges against his client is a political witch hunt to criminalize him so that he will not be able to recontest any election. Leader of the New Democratic Party, the NDP, Annie Eustace, says that the arrest of Benjamin Exeter as well as the young Democrat Shabazz George yesterday by police will not intimidate NDP supporters. In a statement made on radio earlier today, Eustace says that they are determined to stand up against what he termed as thievery. He says the NDP will utilize all appropriate legal and political means to acquire justice.
He was arrested along with one young Democrat by the police and carried to the police station. We spent a lot of time yesterday trying to deal with the issue, and I think around 8 o'clock last night he was released on bail and will return to court sometime this morning. There's no point trying to use the police to intimidate the opposition. We will have none of it. We'll have none of it at all. We declare yesterday was a resounding success. It was very clear to us, given the demonstrations and the protests, that the Vincentian people are determined to stand up for fairness and justice. We are determined to use all legal and appropriate political means to ensure that the electoral thievery will not stand up. I want to repeat that. We are determined to use all legal and appropriate political means to ensure that the electoral thievery which we witnessed earlier in December will not stand up.
The NDP leader further states that they will continue to protest and call on supporters to be unwavering in their stance.
The intentions are determined. I want to repeat that too. The intentions are determined to stand up for fairness and justice in this whole issue. And we will not be pushed aside by anyone. Today, I'm sure that we're going to have more persons commenting and more demonstrations on the issue. Given the fact that I voted this morning for Ben and Shabazz, young Democrat who were arrested yesterday evening. So we'll continue our protests, and I want our supporters and those persons who are looking for fairness and justice stand by. Later on today, we'll make a more fulsome statement on yesterday's events.
Despite being heckled and booed by supporters of the New Democratic Party as he and his wife walked in front of the picket line yesterday afternoon, Dr. Rav Gonsalves said he is not fazed by the protesters, who he referred to as dissidents. Dr. Gonsalves, who was walking with a cane, said he had injured his ankle and hamstring in a recent trip to Dominica. The Prime Minister told our news team he was anxious to get on with the business of running the country.
It's an excellent day. It is an absolutely excellent day. The people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines have welcomed their Prime Minister and the new government. You have some dissidents, clearly. You know, there's an old poet, John Keats, in an interesting poem called Ode on a Grecian Urn. There's a beautiful line, a couple of lines which says, "Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter." The unheard melodies, which were particularly sweet, are the 34,219 persons who voted for the ULP and gave us a majority, a convincing majority. In the secrecy of the ballot, their melodies are unheard, but they're sweeter, and they're made manifest in today's opening.
According to the Prime Minister, the NDP must concede their defeat and not get caught up with disruptive politics.
Those who have lost must accept their defeat, starting with the person who said that he was not going to be sworn in, but yesterday asked the Governor General to make him leader of the opposition. Today, I am sitting as Prime Minister, he is leader of the opposition. That's where he remains. The dissidents from the NDP, because that's what they are, and you know, they look at them. They want to protest. Look at how they look. Look at how they look.
Exactly.
Remember, we just won the elections. Heard melodies are sweet.
And the Prime Minister says that the New Democratic Party, the NDP, lacked what he termed as strong grounds in their case against the Supervisor of Elections, as the party continues to challenge the December 9th general election results. Dr. Gonzalez, who was approached by SVG-TV news team while going into Parliament yesterday afternoon, says that he was pleased with the judgment and believes that it was fair.
I read the judgment, and as an experienced lawyer, it's a magnificent judgment. Well written, well argued. The judgment said that the applicant, Mr. Ben Exeter, had neither the law nor the facts on his side, and that it was in the nature of a fishing expedition, and the court is not the place to go fishing. That is well established. I am not discussing any particular aspect of the judgment, except to say that the judge said that you must have strong grounds for such an application, and that there were no grounds. He quoted the law and he quoted the facts.
Leader of the Democratic Republican Party, the DRP, Anicia Batiste, believes that it is the right of intentions to protest. Asked by SVG-TV news team regarding her feelings about the protest action outside Parliament yesterday by the New Democratic Party, Batiste says while it is in their right to picket, the NDP must analyze whether their strategies are effective. Questioned also about the recent ruling in the case brought against the Supervisor of Elections, Sylvia Findlay, by NDP candidate for Central Leeward, Ben Exeter, to have the ballots for the Central Leeward seat to be in the custody of the courts, but he says that it is crucial for applicants to first develop a strong case before they go to the law courts.
In my own training as a law student, well, a student of law, I have a law degree. I felt if you didn't have real strong evidence to prove that examining the ballots and the counterfoil could actually prove that the candidate who you're saying should have won would have gotten more votes had you been able to do that, or that the candidate who actually won and who you're saying really lost would have gotten less votes. I figured if they couldn't show that, it would be difficult to get a judge to say, yes, you can examine the documents. I personally can't really speak. I can't say that, you know, they can't protest. It's their freedom to do so. So they would have to judge what is best in terms of if that would really give them what they're looking for.
Commenting on the decision of the NDP to appoint another female senator, Batiste, who once served as senator for the NDP and later fired, says it is important that women are not appointed just for the sake of having a gender balance.
I can't say I know their reasons. I know that they have come under criticism for not having a female candidate, and also for, thank you, for comments that would have been made by male candidates of theirs on platform, and even other candidates concerning women. So they would have to have their reasons so why they felt it necessary to have a female senator. You know, for me, I'd love to see women advance in politics, but for me it's not just about having a woman for a woman's sake. It has to be women of quality, women who can really contribute, make a difference. And I would trust that the parties that have women representatives in one form or the other, in this case, both parties are having women senators appointments because there are no elected women members. I would hope that they would really be given an opportunity to contribute and not just be seen as window dressing. as one candidate actually said in the last elections. So I mean, I wish them well. You know, this is about nation building. This is what we should all be focused on. It should be about service to the people. This is what I believe at the DRP, and I do wish them well by God's grace.
Deputy Prime Minister Sir Louis Straker says he is pleased that he has once again been given the opportunity to serve the people of SVG. Sir Louis returned to active politics this year to contest the Central Leeward seat for the Unity Labour Party, which he represented for a number of years in Parliament. He was declared the winner of the seat in the December 9th general elections with over 300 votes. Sir Louis, along with other members of Parliament, took their oath of allegiance yesterday afternoon at the first session of the 10th Parliament. He was also given the opportunity to make congratulatory remarks.
The first representative of Central Leeward, we have won that seat 5 times, 1994, 1998, 2001, 2005. I took early retirement in 2010. And Mr. Speaker, I am back. It's a unique privilege and a great honor to represent the people of Central Leeward. And I shall always be grateful for their call to represent them again.
Noting that this is indeed his last term in the government office, Sir Louis congratulated the members of the ruling Unity Labour Party and commended the work of their leader, Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves, whom he described as a champion for the cause of all Vincentians.
As the leader of this country for the past 15 years, he has made a difference, and his team, the ULP team, an indefatigable worker, a champion of the cause of the poor and marginalized, of the working class, of the youth and the children, of the aged, of women and the business community. Because of the wise leadership of this Prime Minister, even in the toughest of times, we have been able to stay away from the IMF, stay afloat. We have paid all public servants. We have increased public assistance and have given great assistance otherwise those who are poor and indigent.
Not wanting to break what many may consider a tradition, Prime Minister Gonsalves pointed out that it was the third consecutive time since 2005 that the first sitting of Parliament after the general election was held on the 29th of December. He reiterated that, like Sir Louis, he too will not be present at the first sitting of the House after the 2020 general elections.
This is the third time we are having the Parliament formally opening on the 29th of December. Mr. Speaker, I've already indicated that when the elections are called in 2020, I will not be having the ticket. So conceivably, this may be the last time that I'm offering congratulations as Prime Minister and leader of the party after general elections, provided I am not sufficiently provoked to engage in prayerful consideration.
Welcome back. With the average age for life expectancy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at 75 years, Margaret Sargent of Fountain has achieved a milestone, having celebrated her 100th birthday over the weekend. Having lived through 10 decades, the Centenarian has played a major role in the development and growth of not only the youths in her area but the wider Vincentian community. Surrounded by family and friends, Sergeant spent her 100th birthday in Thanksgiving, as well as receiving tributes of how her life has touched many.
It is filled with respect of their wisdom and accomplishments, with gratitude for their values they've given us, with delight in the stories of our family that remember and share. Never have I known someone so full of life and love. Not very often there comes a gift like her sent from above.
Her laughter fills our hearts each day. Her zest for life and living give hope to us much younger ones who marveled at her dancing. Granny is a remarkable woman. She's a wonderful combination of warmth and kindness, laughter and love. She overlooks our faults, encourages our dreams, and praises our every success.
Jesus, down on my knees, I promise the Lord that I will serve Him, that I will serve Him, down on my knees. May God continue to bless you and your 100th birthday. Your mission today is to have lots of fun, to make this birthday your most exciting one, and we have seen it already. Happy birthday, Mother Sergeant. May God continue to bless you and give you many more years.
She has been like a mother to me, always friendly, always courteous, have some word of advice. You know, she has never shown me a frown, never yet. She always greeted me so politely as a real mother to a daughter. And because of my challenges, I could not have stayed at home this afternoon. I would not have feel good.
And I never really knew that she was this age. Never imagined. And I am thanking God so much for her life. And she has strength. She is still in good spirit. Her senses are intact. And we can really see the glory of God walking through this woman.
I wish I could live so long, without trouble, without any pressure anyone, okay? And let me say, Miss Sergeant, you live 100, and by your reason of strength, you may be able to live more. And I believe that each and every family here is still looking forward to live as close to your mom, and even over, right? So if you live over, may God bless you.
That is fairer than this, and by faith we can say it affirm. Father, Father, who will bow the way to prepare us a dwelling in the sweet this evening, in the sweet.
Supporters of the Agape Methodist Dramatists will once again be able to enjoy the group's theatrical production number 7 at the Russell's Auditorium on February 6, 2016. Speaking with SVG-TV News earlier today, Managing Director of the Agape Methodist Dramatists, Kevin Rodriguez, says his group's motivation to continue in the deliverance of quality entertainment is the passion and love for the performing arts. Rodriguez is also calling for the creation of a theatre association and is encouraging all theatre arts companies to join him in this venture.
As you know, the Agape Performing Arts Theatre, we are one of the theatre organizations in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that champion the cause for a theatre movement and a theatre association. And we are present in discussion with other organizations in terms of forming a theatre arts association. And we're encouraging theatre companies out there to come on board to be a part of this association, because this association is, the idea is to advance and to develop the theatre in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also to develop the industry itself. So we're inviting the different theatre companies to come on board to support the cause and to support the movement of a theatre association here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Rodriguez says his company aims to continue to improve their skills and talent so that they can be recognized regionally and internationally. He adds that they are laying the groundwork for the creation of a performing arts center where persons can hone their theatrical skills.
For us as a theatre company, and it's for us to perform at a level where we want to export our local talent to the region, not only to the region but also internationally. And we're taking the necessary steps and doing the necessary things so that we as a theatre company can compete on a regional standard and an international standard. For us someday, we are hoping and we're looking forward where we can own our own performing arts center. And that is our ambition, that is our goal, that we can work towards owning our own space where we can have something to call our own.
The Liberty Lodge Boys Home and the Golden Grove Senior Citizens Home received some Christmas cheer today, compliments Columbus Communications Flow. The Liberty Lodge Boys Home received a check for $1,500, while the seniors of Golden Grove Senior Citizens received the benefit of digital television programming. Speaking at a handing over ceremony at the Liberty Lodge Training Center, Sales, Marketing and Communications Manager at Flow, Corey Garrett, says this is part of his company's way of giving back to the community. He added that money comes from funds raised by the staff and from a donation from the company.
So the total amount being donated to the Liberty Lodge Boys Home is actually, on behalf of Flo St. Vincent, is actually $1,500. In regards to the Golden Grove homes, what we did is that we understood that the senior citizens needed some sort of recreational activity. So we donated or we supplied to the homes for 1 year 2 free digital video connections where we actually install digital video service in the actual homes. So this is our contribution to our give back to the St. Vincent and Grenadines community, one at a younger stage, of course, the Liberty Lodge Boys Home, and then for our older group being the Senior Citizens Home.